So hello guys, welcome back to a brand new video. So today we're back on the su29 from Seb. So we're just going to be continuing, probably gotten the wiring done. I still have no CA because it's still the same day from when I ended the video. And next thing we can go ahead and do is get the landing gear installed. So in the landing we'll first we'll get these fairings. My ruler is falling down, just bear with me for a sec. So guys, for the landing gear we have to get first of all these installed. So we'll get this part right here installed on there, and then we have to go ahead and get these fairings all installed on here. For the fairings there, I have no idea which glue I'm going to use yet, but before I get that done, let's get the main gear bolted in with some Loctite. So let's do that now. So guys, that is all snug down, obviously using some Loctite. These screws were not included in my kit. Obviously, I'm pretty sure I just lost them because I had this plane lying around for quite a bit now. And yeah, whatever. I just used some M4 bolts. I'm pretty sure these are a bit bigger. I didn't check the manual, but at least in my parts bag, there were no screws like that inside. These are all the things that came in the parts bag. And I'm pretty sure it might have been in the bag of this thing or in the bag of these, and I just lost it. I'm using this is some blue Loctite, and yeah. So next thing to do is getting this installed. I'm pretty sure I'm going to go with a shoe group method because it's the simplest, and as soon as these get banged or anything, these things are the first things to just kind of get messed up, then nothing big will happen. So shoe group it is. So let's get that done now. So guys, that worked out extremely well. Everything's nice on there. As soon as that's properly dry, I can just rub that away. This is because the tabs on the inside. So usually you would do this with CA, but I do not like that method because generally then that stuff always breaks as soon as you try to get it in transport. And I also just went in with the glue right here and put a nice big glob over there. And the CA is just protecting it from dripping out. Same on the other side. So camera will focus, maybe. Exactly there. So tape is just preventing it from going out. And yeah, it is what it is now. So let's go ahead and either wheel pants or wheels are coming on next. So let's do that now. So guys, getting this on was a bit of a struggle because I have no idea which system this is, but this here, of course, very simple. I left some play. I checked if I wanted to do with a washer on either side, and I didn't. I just put one right here, that's it. And then here, obviously, I used Loctite on this. And then for this bolt, I really had struggles. I put the washer on there, Loctite, even though it's a lock nut, the nylon will eventually start getting brittle and it won't hold anymore, even though I'm very sure this plane won't last that long. But anyways, it will prevent from you having wheels coming off if you in like 10 years if you're still flying this plane. So I have no idea which size this is. I should have measured it, but I couldn't find anything to match it. And getting it pulled together with two clamps, one of the wrench holding there and the clamp there, it's impossible. You wouldn't have gotten that done. So I got out my big toolbox where I have literally every single bit, from 4mm to 30 millimeters, and I literally couldn't find a single one that fit this. So what I went ahead and did at the end of the day, this is just like one of these screwdrivers where usually one of these bits goes into, and this, out of some reason, somehow it doesn't fit on like this, but if you skew it and shove it on there, it kind of works. So glad that worked out. So next thing to do is get the wheel pant fitted and see what screws goes in to get there. So let's do that now. So guys, I finally got some CA. I was at a shop called modellhubschrauber.at in Vienna, and I didn't know it existed, and it existed for a long time apparently, and they have literally everything I need. They also have the servos I'll need for my L39 and all of that. But anyways, so I installed the elevator because I literally did it as soon as I went home, and then I went to eat, so I didn't film that. I just wanted to quickly check. And this is, I've never had a CA hinge work that good, and that's just because I did it properly. And if you look at the spacing here, don't mind it, because I was kind of rushing it and I did it really fast. Something cool I picked up are these black XT60 connectors. I still have to put them there where they're supposed to be. And we also picked up some CA. This is something I've never used before. It's from Cowling. And then this is the CA. I've gotten some new files. And we've gotten some snake skin right here. This is 15 meters. It was fairly cheap. It was like 35 bucks. And yeah, it's 7mm stuff. I'm looking forward to using this on the Avanti then, when I'm gonna be doing a repaint and stuff like that. I will be doing a video about that. There are a few upgrades coming, and we'll probably keep the same paint scheme but just refresh it. So anyways, what I'll do now is get this rudder glued on. Something I did, I made space for the rod here, so I just use a screw drill bit the size of that thing, drilled out, and then I went out from the bottom, drilled a hole in there, semi-hole, so there's a recess for this to sit in. So let's get that glued in now. So guys, little change of plans. So we'll be putting some robot hinges in here. I already drilled everything out, all that, and this is a very no, I got it off, and now with one hand it's a bit tricky to get on. But the reason why I did this is because on all of my 3D aircraft, on all of my 60-inch aircraft with CA hinges, like on my Slick, for example, there were CA hinges there, and on the 60-inch extra I used to have, there were CA hinges on the rudder, and this only happened to me on the rudder, and only happened to me on 3D aircraft because of maneuvers where I basically go from up and go right into hard rudder. It usually gets the rudders out, or the CA hinges out. Doesn't matter how good you glue them. In my opinion, it does that. So anyways, the way I fly and maneuvers I do, sometimes it gets my rudder out over time. And to prevent that happening, I put now robot hinges into all of my 3D aircraft on the rudder, if it's a smaller one. I try using robot hinges everywhere where I can. On the MB, I wanted to put some robot hinges in on that one, but I kind of lost them. So I just went with the CA hinges. I mean, the ones on the elevator have come out a few times already, and it's kind of annoying me, the CA hinges, so I try to use robot wherever I can. I replaced the ones on the Slick here with some normal, right there, some normal robots. This here is all sealed up pre-factory, so there's the CA hinges in there. This thing has been collecting dust because I repaired it. I just have to get the balsa covering done in front there and get it recovered with vinyl. I just did the some different projects. So like always, we'll get some wood glue and get this done up. So let's do that now. So guys, I was currently just playing around with my wiring a little bit, and if I wanted to add this gyro or not, but I don't, because it's a Seb Art gyro, but it's more meant for free-wing planes, so I'm not adding this. So I was playing around with wiring a bit because I have to add the connectors here now to be able to center those servos. So I played around with it a bit. I cut it to the length I wanted it to be, so it would fit perfectly here. So let's get to getting those crimped. So guys, I got my two crimps here done, just using a spare receiver to get this powered up. So for this, I'm going with the standard setup. Got the servo arm. It's a big plastic nylon servo arm from Savax, and the standard setup. So real part to this is, this has gotten better. There used to be a clip on the back side. Now let me show you. There's this kind of nut, captive nut you put on there. Of course, put it on there with some Loctite, and then you screw this down. I think this won't be a issue, or will work fine, because you have a big thick spar where you can grip on with that screw. Of course, going to Loctite everything. And then second of all, I would have used a clevis, but if I would have used a clevis, I would have put one of these soldering things on here, and that's just another part where it can fail. So I just decided to go with the standard stock setup, which really isn't that bad. And yeah, the reason why I didn't use electron servo arms is because I think it's a bit of an overkill, and I need the max throw on this, and this is the same length like this electron servo arms, and I just want to use electron servo arms probably for something else. So yeah, that's why we are using this instead of this electron servo arms. So I'm not putting a bolt through here yet, because I'm going to do that as soon as I finish the other side, because I might switch it up to some electron servo arms, but then we cannot be using this here because that only goes onto a plastic one. So let's see. I'm not worried about this throw for the elevator, more about the rudder throw, because I don't have one more of the huge ones. I only have smaller ones, so we'll see. Anyways, let's get all of this stuff installed. So guys, the play is finished, apart from a few things we still have to do, like stickers and gooping everything. But basically we've gotten the spinner on that used to be on my Extreme Flight Extra 60-inch, and then on my Slick 60-inch, and now it's on this one. So yeah, I love that carbon spinner, looks great. The prop currently is a 16 times what is it, times 10e. There should be a 17 times 8 on their wood prop with that motor, but we'll get that organized and some lighter batteries for that, so we'll do the full power. But otherwise, the whole thing is finished, and gotten everything done up. We've gotten some great power on here, so let me see. It's the best way I can show you this now without destroying anything. So obviously the cowling isn't completely secure yet, so that just came off. But anyways, everything good, all done. So very happy, and yeah. So guys, I've gotten this all set up. It's fairly smooth. There's a bit of play now in here because there's no screw in there. But I think I'll try to find a different servo arm, because I only need the second hole in here, because I've gotten max travel, all the travel that I need like this. If I put in the lowest one, it's not quite enough travel, but like this it is perfectly at the hitting point on both. I cannot get more out of here. You can see if I go on this now, you're going up, and this is the maximum that you can go. You can't go more, so very happy with this. I'll try to find a smaller horn. So yeah, that's what I'll be doing. I'll try finding a smaller horn now, so let's do that now. So guys, this side is all finally finished, working all well. Very happy about this. So yeah, got everything Loctited up, and yeah, very happy how this turned out. So all nice and strong, almost no play. I get the maximum throw. So let's go ahead and move on to the rudder. So I'm thinking tiny servo arm, because I only need a tiny one, because it's not plugged in yet, the servo, but this will be sitting about here. And as you can see, here's the servo arm. The linkage will be going. This is glued a bit crooked, the servo arm. I think up top or up bottom. We'll see where we can get more throw out of. So let's get that done now. The rudder's all done. So yeah, very happy how this turned out. Obviously didn't put max throw on everywhere yet. This is working right now. Obviously did not put max throw on anything yet. Elevator, rudder, all working nice. I put the small horn on there and worked out perfectly nice. All of the linkages. So very happy with all that. So next thing we'll be doing is to do the wiring. So I got the plane off the stand here. I have to clean up here a bit. So the next thing to do is the wiring, basically. I think I'll use a 6-channel receiver or one of those 8-channel receivers. Will be going right here, and I'll do up my wires here for the elevator's rudders, my 2 for the wings, and also one wire. I think it's one wire, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, one wire going forward. It will be lying out somewhere here for the ESC, wherever it will mount. I think it might mount up here, maybe down here. I have no idea yet. So we'll see. Just have a long lead out here, and we can cut it off as soon as I got the ESC and motor mount stuff all here, so we can do that. So let's get some wiring. So guys, I did my wires up. This is the one going to the ESC, so it's quite long. In worst case scenario, we'll just add a little bit of a cable there. And these are probably the shortest extensions I ever made. They go this hole right here, or this one of them, whatever, and basically go through down here, this hole, out back here, and into the receiver here. So I'll get all of these installed, these wires, and hooked up to the ESC. So let's get that done now. So guys, currently everything is plugged in. So elevator obviously already works, and so, and yeah, everything's plugged in. So next thing before I clean this up a bit is I'll get the wings on, get everything programmed, and then we can go get to cleaning this mess up. So let's do that now. So guys, we've gotten all of our throws set. The only ones I'm a bit worried about is the aileron throws, because this is full, so I might have to add some bigger servo horns, but that's alright. This is elevator, and this is rudder, so those are more than enough. Just the ailerons I might be a bit worried about. So yeah, here's what it is. So I'll probably still clean up in here a bit, and then I'll probably go to sleep for today. So I'll do some cleaning up again, and the connectors that were hard mounted, try to get rid of that, because as you can see, the gap there is not big enough to get something hard mounted, so the plugs have to actually go in the wing. So yeah, that's the only change I really did. So whatever, I have to get this cleaned up. So yeah, this thing is basically ready to fly, except for the motor and ESC missing. So we have to get that organized, because I want to get that flying next week or something like that. And it is like freezing cold outside, but I really want to get the maiden of this thing done. Get some 3D flying, and I literally didn't do any 3D flying the whole year. So yeah, I'm excited to get into some 3D flying again. So yeah, so let me clean this mess up a bit. So guys, for the Sukai, we finally got the part I've been waiting for. So it's in here. Let's see if I can get it out of one hand. Yeah, I can. So it's the motor mount. I've been missing that, so we reordered it. I have no idea where the motor mount is lying. So currently there's quite a bit going on. The Avanti is getting ready to get repainted, and quite a few things are getting done there. Viperjet is up at painting, and just a lot to do currently in the winter. Want to get a lot finished. So yeah, let's get that finished up quickly. So I'll probably go ahead and get the motor block installed first. So let's do that. So guys, the mount's in there, screwed in with some M4 bolts that you access through these holes. It's kind of weird. Let me show you. Maybe I can get to one of them. So your screwdriver will kind of be at an angle like this to get those through. So that's kind of a bit weird, but otherwise it's all right. So the bolts I used, mine I lost that were with the kit. I just need to find a similar one. Something like this, some M4, typical M4, not too long, because I don't want them sticking out a whole bunch. And obviously use some Loctite. So next thing to do is simply get the motor mounted to this. So probably get some blind nuts installed, on there for that. So yeah, we'll see what we're gonna do about the motor. So let's do that now. So guys, I will be using these nuts and bolts to get the motor in here. These are fairly thin because it's hard to find bolts thick because they're exactly the same thickness as the holes here. And yeah, I used Loctite obviously to get those screwed in. So let's go ahead and screw the motor on. So guys, that worked out beautifully. I had to sand out a little bit of the wood right there for the cross to fit. And yeah, this is very strong, like the way I did it with the blind nuts. Not with the blind nuts, with the normal nuts. They're nylon lock nuts. I used a bit of Loctite, obviously. Some people say it destroys the nylon, but I rather have Loctite on there than the nylon anyways. So yeah, anyways, nice, done, went fairly quickly. And in my opinion, nuts and bolts is always the best way to go. Then it's a lot better than blind nuts in my way, because the blind nuts you can push out and it's annoying. And these, if you get the right angle, it's kind of hard with the clamp to get through here to the nut. It's kind of at an angle. The first one is always the hardest one, because you kind of have to hold the motor, jam this in somehow and get the screw all done up. But at the end of the day, in my opinion, this is one of the best setups next to wood screws. And yeah, since I couldn't get any big enough wood screws through those little holes, I really didn't feel like drilling those out, I went with this method. So yeah, very happy. Now I'm gonna look into my box here. This is like filled with ESCs, on off switches, all of that. Definitely want to put an on off switch on here. And I'm gonna look for a AT ESC. So let's do that. So guys, I've got my ESC hooked up. I made a connector up. So next thing I have to do is put the XC60 on here, because this is for my battery charging. Just put it on to test everything that this works. I originally want to put the on-off switch on there, but that does not work with this, because for this to work I would have to have a separate cable on this, and without the signal wire here. And if I just put out the signal wire on this EC and plug it in over here, which puts out the signal wire, this thing won't work. So yeah, FMS ECs do not work with on-off switch, so I can scrap that. So let me get this resoldered to XC90, and then we'll get to mounting this. So I'm thinking about putting it right there, because with my cowling I'll get the most airflow, because that's like sitting right here, and get the airflow from there. So loads of airflow if I put it there. So let's get to soldering an XC90 on there. So guys, I've got the ESC mounted up top now. So the reason for this is because of the short length of the wire here. If I would have mounted it here on the bottom, it would have not reached all the way in there, would have been about here. And I mean, it really doesn't matter that much, because there's a whole load of airflow, because the cowling is like, where is it? It's like wide open anyways. So it's like literally wide open anyways. So we go like here. So this is what it looks like. It's like wide open. And sorry for that. Just dropped my phone. But anyways, yeah. Kind of been tricky to get it mounted. I used a bit of servo tape, taped it to the bottom of the ESC, and one big zip tie. I don't know if you can see it, might be able to see it right there. I cut the shrink tube on the bottom off until here, so these wires, as you can see here, there's no shrink tube anymore, can have flex more down so they don't rub on the carbon necessarily. And to fix everything in place, put a drop of CA. Obviously shrink tube this together, drop of CA there, drop of CA on there. So yeah, you have to be careful with which wire you use when doing this with CA, the power box wire. If you have to use thin CA, thick CA won't work for this. You have to make sure to use small drops. If you use a big drop, it will rip off your whole thing. But if you use tiny drops to put down and use a power box wire, it doesn't really matter how much CA you use, it will never rip off the sheathing. You can just pop it off, because it's like, it's very, very non-adhesive, let's say it like this. But this type of thing, this standard wire you'd get on anywhere, you just have to be a bit careful when saying it to the walls of something, and with the shrink tubing. The safest way is to go ahead and take a piece of electrical tape, wrapping it around, and then putting say on there. Also, shrink tube also works fine. Could just pop this off. And yeah, next thing I have to do is get the motor spinning in the right correct direction and getting these connected up and wired up. So let's do that now. So guys, this is all mounted, all shrink tube. So my main goal is to keep this in place, obviously, and that everything is nice and strong, not going to move anywhere. And I want to keep the wires away from, or like attached to the airframe for airflow, and that the airflow is more clear so it doesn't get disturbed by some wires hanging down, etc. So next thing I'll be doing is getting some Velcro for the battery installed and some nice straps. So let's do that now. So guys, I just went ahead, took a big strip of black Velcro, glued, and some Velcro strap. And I've noticed I'll definitely have to order some smaller batteries, because these are the 5000s, and they're definitely going to be too heavy. I'll probably be ordering like 3000 to make it as light as possible. 6s, 3000, something like that. So yeah, that's just so this thing will be lighter and will fly nicer. So that's why we're going to do that. So yeah, let's go ahead and get the cowl done up. So let's do that. So guys, I drilled the holes, poured some CA in them, used the tape trick to mark them out and put them onto the cowl. On the cowl, I just want to tell you, this here up top does not 100% align with this, just like this. It aligns pretty accurately, but not 100% due to the flex there is in the cowling, and due to there actually being a bit of a gap between cowling and the canopy. So that won't fit 100%. So try to more align this motor to the center of this than this, and then try to align the depth with your motor, and that's what you're looking for. The bottom one, it's a bit, try to drill the bottom one as far back as you can, otherwise you'll end up in these like scale air vent details like I did. Not a good idea. Drill that as far back as you can, because I drilled it in the front and ended up in the air vent area, which try to avoid. It's definitely not that good to end up there. So I might drill that just behind there, because I don't want to drill in there. So let's get that drilled out and screwed onto there. So guys, on these Seb Art cowls, it's quite a bit of a tricky task to do the cowls, because it's like an extremely tight fit with the canopy. There has to be this sliding into each other, so you have to like get these screws adjusted properly. But at the end, if you do it properly, give it some time, you'll have an extremely nice tight fit that will never come loose. So very happy with this. So next thing we'll be doing is getting the prop and spinner installed. So let's do that now. So guys, I had everything finished, and and then my motor was spinning the wrong direction, so I had to redo everything. Took everything off again, and yeah, switched up these two. We will get them shrink tubed all back onto their zip tied, and then get it all finished up. So let's go. So guys, anyways, very happy, and let's get those final steps done. So let's do that. So guys, extremely happy, everything worked out good. If you watched exactly in the previous clip, I did rip open a hole because I didn't have the canopy fastened, but we covered that with a nice Seb Art sticker right there. So no one will be able to see that ever happened. I still have to get one more FNBC Austria sticker from the head of my club to put on that aileron, and there is like a smaller version of it that I'll probably, let me see, I might put that across the canopy right there or in front there. I don't quite know yet, but all of this works well. With one hand, this is a bit, I've been modifying this a bit, so it's a tighter fit. So this is a extremely tight fit now, as you can see. So all of this lines up well, good fit. Some stickers back there, and yeah, so yeah, got everything gooped right there. Some zip ties. Something I picked up I love is this small thing of goop. I can perfectly go ahead. It has a small nozzle and goop everything with it. I love it. So yeah, and something I've decided to do is the only thing that will go onto my airplane, the only stickers are the sticker of my sponsors. So yeah, basically we've gotten Seb Art on it, and we've gotten my club on it, which obviously I fly there and I support them, and yeah, so very happy how this airplane turned out. And with that said, let's wait. I forgot to weigh it, so let's not end the video quite yet. Let's get my edge out of the way here, and let's get to weighing this. So I've gotten the battery in currently. Okay, this is gonna be a bit hard one hand. Just hope that the canopy won't fall out. Okay, we're currently, let's step on it, 3.5 kilos. That's not bad. That's not bad. 3.5 kilos is not bad at all. So 1.6 meters wingspan. I'll probably get it down to 3 kilos with the lighter battery, the 3000 battery. So yeah, very happy about this. So now, finally, with that said, we'll end the video. So here we're going to end the video. Obviously, the plane is finished. So I just want to thank all of you guys so much for the support. I've gotten so many projects coming for in the winter now. I've gotten a Skymaster Avanti XL. This is a leak now from Seb Art coming. Seba will actually be coming here this Sunday and delivering it, including some new wings for this Avanti. So we might have him in the unboxing video. But very pleased to have 126 people subscribe to me. I've gotten 300 views about every week. So please, to you guys that aren't subscribed to me, it's free. Please do it. I'd love to reach 500 or 1,000 subscribers until 2026. So that'd be a big goal for me, because then I can monetize my channel. But thanks for the support. And if you have questions or anything, just write them in the comment. I'm very happy to answer them. Or if you have some critic for me, what I can do better, I'm very happy to see that. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit the like and the bell so you don't miss my videos, and I'll see you in the next one. And now I have to clean up all of this mess again. Okay, whatever.